Yes, sir. Knicks Real
Knicks Real
Talk.
Talk. Let's
Let's
get it.
for real.
Time for divine shot, KJ events. This real talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Nick shit, dripping in Nick shit. Up in the world most famous arena with a click. That's the conglomerate. The Knicks real talk, we real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variant, so dominant. Paying homage to the cat in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that you don't care for hyperbole, we straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the facade. My entourage be on the job, my energy. Feeling tripping in 10 books as they cook my game plan. Let my brand for loot and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that the Knicks we know is pretty, but we all stay giddy. And we embrace the fan base like the late Anthony Mace. We create the logo when there's space that appear like Squarespace. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. And 50 Dexters on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew for him a few bars to shine like stars divine on Mount Mars. Knicks Real Talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks Real Talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks Real Talk.
right here. Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks Real Talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Knicks Real Talk.
We here.
Here we go,
in the
let's go.
building. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Let's get it.
Yo, what's good? What's popping, everybody? Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it. We in the building. The pregame show. Divine Shot Powers about to get in here and talk about this Knicks game coming up tonight at the world most famous arena. The Boston Celtics coming in the Garden to the Mecca to play the New York Knicks, man. On a back-to-back. Hopefully we can bounce back and bounce again and get it popping again. But first and foremost, before I get into all that, we bring in my partner in crime, man. Shot Powers in the building with me. Shot, what's good?
Salute to you, Divine. Salute to the chat. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Yo, salute to the chat. That's where it's at. Appreciate y'all getting up in here with us today, man. On the pregame show. Salute to Frank Matos, D Nice, Pudge Nice, aka P Nice. Salute to you, Pudge, and everybody, man. Thanks for coming in the building. We about to really get it popping tonight. Man, have a great time for the game tip off at the arena tonight. Hopefully the Knicks can get 2 in a row playing the Boston Celtics, man. But last year, Eastern Conference champions, man. So we're gonna really go in here and see if we can battle these guys and get it popping tonight, man. I'm really looking forward to the game. It should be an entertaining game and everything like that. We're gonna get into the itinerary in a few minutes, man. Break down what's on tap. Then we get back into the show, man. And first and foremost, and we're having fun with it tonight, man. It's a good night. We coming off a win, so it always feels good when the Knicks get a win. The energy a little bit more superior in the place because we feeling good about the win. You know, it's pros and cons to everything. We'll break it all that down and get into everything. But the Knicks did win last night. Shot Powers, Coach Tibbs went outside his bag a little bit, did some different things. You know what I mean? So that was interesting to see last night. Taking Shevin Fournier, they put him in the second unit, letting Grimes start. For the most part, he was in foul trouble, didn't really get no offense going, but I did like what I see. But he came in and they won the game, and so the Cam Reddish and all them guys. So we're gonna really get into all that stuff, man. But what you think about last night's games, Shaw?
Yeah, it was a very a good watch, and you know, you seen some things that we wasn't expecting last night. You see Tibbs put a different rotation in there, and you know, he worked some guys. You know, and we came out with the win. And you know, what more can you say, man? Play some okay defense. We shot pretty good. I think about 45%, 45, 46% from the field goal percentage. We rebounded the ball. I think we had about 50 rebounds. What else was there? And I think we had 85% from the free throw line, about 85% from the free throw line. So those things are the things that win you the game, man. Rebounding the ball, putting the ball in the basket at the free throw line, and pushing some pace. So you play like that, you win games.
Yeah, real talk, man. Just to go over the recap of last night that we get into the pregame show. It was really interesting to me from the standpoint of that. For number one, Tibbs changed it up a little bit. Feel like he had to go down and over without, you know, he feel he needed to do being that they playing guys like Tyrese Maxey and them guys, but he did something out of the norm. He switched it up, put Evan Fournier in the second unit, and I think it worked out well because the team played with a little bit more passion on the defense. And couple of rounds, and so it was good to see that he went that route, and I think it was well deserved. Fournier not playing his best basketball right now. He's struggling coming out of the fever, coming over the summer. He's not really playing where we think he can play at. So it's understandable that Tibbs did make the switch and put him in the second unit to kind of take the pressure off of him. So I kind of think it worked out from a standpoint of the defense because we didn't give up 121 points. Granted, no Joel Embiid and no James Harden, but you play in front of you. Well, our defense still played better than it played the other nights. We was giving up like 121, 119. We didn't give up that much when we gave up 104. So that showed you that it did make some kind of an impact. And I think a lot of that had to contribute with Cam Reddish. Obviously, we'll talk about Cam Reddish later. He really had it popping the other night on I think he was the best player in the game. To be honest with you, he was all over the place, man. Salute to Cam Reddish. He really took advantage of his minutes the other night. But I still think we got the victory. We got off that slump. We were on a 3-game losing streak and broke that. By getting the win. The win is a win. No matter how you get it, you get it. You know what I mean? And that's what's important. It's about the W's and the L's. You know what I mean? So we did walk out there with a W last night, so that's good. Now we get to come back to the Garden with some home cooking. Hopefully our fan base and everybody be behind us tonight. We could try our best to beat the defending Eastern Conference champion. You know what I mean? And see if we can go 2 in a row. It's going to be a tough task the way that team play. So we're going to see what's going to be different, knowing that some of our key players might not play tonight, especially Mitchell Robinson. We get on all that. So it should be a fun game, entertaining game, and I'm looking forward to it, man. Let's hope that we can pull out a victory.
Yeah, it's going to be we played well against Boston, man, and last year, at one point of the season, we were pretty much tied up with Boston last year. We had beat them with an RJ big 3-pointer. We beat them at the Garden the first game of the year. We had some real good outings with this team, and I think tonight was going to be another test to see if the Knicks could step up to the task. We just got to continue to do what we do. I think we had about 5-6 players in double digits last night. We're going to need another 5-6 players in double digits tonight. If the mixes are different than IQ, maybe tonight it might be IQ's night. Maybe it might be Reddish night tonight. Maybe it might be Fournier. Maybe Fournier score 50 tonight. Who knows?
Yeah, right.
The team he usually. I've been putting it in the chat. This is the team that he usually, plays super big. You know what I mean? Like he got something against him. So maybe he comes out there and gives us 47 points tonight or some crazy number from Fournier tonight. As long as we pushing that pace and we grabbing some rebounds, man, let's do it, man. I think we have a good chance of beating this team tonight if we do some of the fundamentals.
Yeah, real talk. Hey, yo, salute to the chat. That's where it's at. Peace to the God of Law Wise, Jermaine Royce in the building, Keith, Frank, everybody, man. Appreciate y'all getting important. Nice, everybody. Thank y'all so much. Listen, man, I just want to give a real quick shout out to Ron, man. Ron, thanks for having me on today. Appreciate you, my brother. Still Knicks fan was in the building with them this morning. Great show, man. The world of sports, all these guys. Sorry, God, I don't know where this comes from. I've got that blue sky. Yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, man, thanks for my man Still Ron for having me on today, man. Let me get on there with them, man. It was a great show. Had some fun with them guys. So salute to them. Real talk, man. Was good. And salute to the chat, and they was up there heavy in the morning as well. But salute to my brother Ron and John and them. Y'all know the ledge, you know what it is. But listen, man, let's get into our itinerary. What's on tap for the Knicks and our show tonight, and then we get back at it, man. Then we get back at it and talk about it. Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it. Divine Shop Power, aka Shop Rizzy. We in the building. Let's do it. We in the building on Divine Shop Powers. Let's get it, man. Yeah, man. Listen, We about to go into this game tonight against Boston after playing that game last night against the 76ers. No Joel Embiid, no James Harden, but you play who in front of you. Obviously, we came out there. I think we did a good job, and we prevailed. Tight game. Them guys was competitive, so they didn't give up or nothing like that. So, but we still prevailed last night. Things of that nature. So I'm happy about that. Let's go, man. Let's see if we can get the second one in a row tonight. We're gonna be in the world most famous arena in the Mecca in Madison Square Garden. MSG gonna be lit. Boston in town. We recall what happened last year. RJ last second buzzer beat off the glass. Bang. Gardner was in a frenzy. So hopefully we can have some good moments like that tonight. And we get a popper from there, man. And we'll take it from there, man. A lot of while. KJ just been on the grind, man. He's been doing his thing. I know he'll pop in sooner or later, but he's really been busy, man, with what he's doing, man, out there. So, with the family and the kids, but salute to my man KJ. We know he'll be back in sooner or later. Real talk. But you know what? I'm really looking forward to a competitive game tonight. Obviously, like I said, them the former Eastern Conference champions, they got a good squad. Obviously, they got a new coach and all that good stuff, man. And my man Ron, salute to you, my brother Ron. You already know what it is, man. I'm gonna throw that link up there after what's on tap, man. You're welcome to come in. But thank you so much. I had a great time on your show. It was fun. The panel was all as always, all wise and doing their thing, man. So salute to my man Deeds World of Sports. Salute to you, Nev, all them guys, man. Thank y'all for having me on today. It was fun, man. I really appreciate it. But yeah, man, let's look at this thing, man, for what it is tonight, man. It's gonna be a difficult challenge tonight, no question about it. Shaw Powers, like I said, these guys are the former Eastern Conference champions. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Marcus Smart. Now they got Malcolm Brogdon. They dealt out Gallinari. They just they really geared this roster up to try to win a title because they got so close last year. But obviously they didn't really get over the hump because Steph Curry and them was running them up, which I thought it would happen. But they loaded though. They got players all over the place, man. You got Al Horford, Robert Williams, Grant Williams. You name it, they got it, man. They just added a couple of more pieces to kind of make them more stronger this year. With like I said, Gallinari and Malcolm Brogdon. He had a good game last night for them against Chicago, man. They won that thing. That was a shootout down there. So let's hope that don't happen with us tonight. But I think we're gonna have to come in there and play hard tonight. I want to see if the Tibbs continue to get let Evan Fournier come off the bench. I don't know too much about this. When I looked at the starting lineups. On lineups, it kind of had Mitchell Robinson in there, and they had Fournier in there, so I didn't really want to go by that because I knew that Mitchell Robinson is not playing. So, but I do think that I'm dying to see how Tibbs going to do this thing with two of us. Maybe possible putting Evan Fournier on the bench again and Mitchell Robinson being out. That's going to free up minutes for somebody to get a little bit more play. I wonder how you're going to do it. You're going to go to 4 or 5 like you did with Obi and Randall last night, or is it going to be Harkenstein going to start the game, and what happens with Fournier? So I'm really interested to see how Tibbs going to come out there tonight and get this thing popping. Because on the injury front, we know Mitchell Robinson and Quentin Grimes is day to day. Mitchell Robinson's going to be out for an extended period of time, but at least they said Grimes is questionable day to day. If that's the case, then they made a mistake by letting him play last night, because if you wasn't sure that he was ready, then he goes out there and plays last night, then he gets injured again, not injured again, but the same injury aggravates. You might have should have left him out. So let's hope that the medical staff and Tibbs didn't overreact last night by putting Grimes in there when he might needed a couple more days to do his thing. I don't know, but let's hope that's wasn't the case. But let's hope we start tonight. Like I said, he got to get in the rhythm somehow, some way. Maybe if he might. I'm quite sure if he played tonight, he'd be a little bit more efficient than he was last night. Because that was the first game in a while, so he was a little rusty. But let's see if Tibbs go at the same lineup tonight, minus Mitchell Robinson. Let's see how these guys are going to stack up there, man. And hopefully they can go in there and perform well. We know Evan Fournier does well against Boston Celtics from an offensive standpoint, but if they're going to it was going to equalize the defense, we have to see, man. But I'm looking forward to that game tonight, though.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I didn't think. All right, I'm being biased right now a little bit because I thought this way the team should have started off this year with Cam Reddish and RJ, with Brunson, Mitchell Robinson, and Julius Randle, and to put Grimes in yesterday, and now that he's he may not play again tonight. What's the option for Tom Thibodeau to play? Who's going to be the 2 tonight? Do we move RJ back down to the 2, or do we and implement Cam Reddish, or do we let Fournier come in here and score 50 tonight? That's the question. That's the big question for tonight. I don't know, because I even looked at the lineups about 3 times on 3 different spots, and they had 3 different lineups, and 2 of them had Mitchell Robinson still in the game. And I heard that Mitchell Robinson will probably be out about 10 days or so.
Yeah.
Not like I heard. Let me rephrase that. My bad. I didn't. I read, on YouTube. Let me not. It's not like I got an inside ear or something like that. Or I know Tom Thibodeau. Like I got him on my speed dial on my phone and nothing like that.
If you do, boo, that means we in the building. We in the building. If you got Tom Thibodeau on speed dial, we telling me something, brother. But yeah, man. You know what? It should be fun. I'm dying to see if he's gonna go with the Emmanuel. If Grimes is on the side, not playing tonight, does he go with Emmanuel quickly or does he go with Cam Reddish? Either way it go, them cats going to get a bulk of minutes tonight. So having Mitchell Robinson go down is either going to allow Obi Toppin to get more minutes, because does he go when Hartenstein go out? Does he go to the 4-5 with Obi Toppin instead of Jericho Sim? Does he go to Randall and Obi? Well, if he start Hartenstein tonight, once he relieved the Hartenstein, does he go with the 4-5? There's a good chance for Obi to play some significant minutes if you want to move Julius Randle to small ball 5, like we said, and let Obi Toppin get the bulk of the minutes, and then I think Cam Reddish get a lot of more minutes tonight. So it's a good look all the way. Like I said, I think Ron made it interesting earlier on his show. It's not that you don't want nobody to be injured, because you don't. But when they are injured, you got to be able to take advantage of the next man up. And I think that's what could be tonight. I think we finally get to see Obi play maybe 25 minutes. You probably get to see Cam Reddish can play at the 3 or the 4. You know what I mean? Right. So I think you're going to see some guys get some good minutes tonight. Let's hope Tibb utilizes it the right way. And I don't have a problem. I think he didn't make his best judgments like that, but he didn't make no bad ones. Not too many bad ones to say he didn't make his best, but he didn't do bad last night with what he had, especially when Mitch went down. And he brought Cam Reddish in. I thought he should have kept Cam Reddish in a little longer in that game. Sometime he didn't bring him back into a certain point of the 3rd or 4th quarter, whatever it was. But I think coming out that gate, I think Cam Reddish has earned the right now, Shy Powers. To until you prove that he's not that dude like he did last night. He made a big difference in that game last night. I think without him and Obi Toppin last night, it doesn't matter what RJ and Randall and them did. I think without Cam Reddish defense in that game and Obi Toppin's 3-ball shooting, that game wouldn't. I don't know if we would have won that game last night. I really believe that. So because quickly didn't come off. He wasn't playing good, but the last night's game wasn't one of his better games. But the night before, he played pretty well. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how this thing move forward. But I will love to see that. I think these guys will get some more minutes because of the injury of Mitchell Robinson. Because like usually when one go down, now like I said, Obi Toppin might be able to get the minutes that he really needs tonight.
Yeah, last night the Knicks turned the ball over way too much last night. You know what I mean? They just was giving the ball up like, it's like, hey, here, wait a minute, take that right there. They was just giving the ball up. What was it, 22 turnovers or something 21. Like that? 21 turnovers. That's a lot of turnovers, man.
Yeah.
And luckily we with all those turnovers, luckily, I don't think they made a significant increase on all those turnovers, but if they could have murdered us with just the turnovers last night. You know what I mean? So we have to get back to keeping the ball together. No way in the world that I need to see Julius Randle give up 6 turnovers last night. You know what I mean? There's no way in the world, especially when Brunson is coming down, giving like 7 assists with maybe 1 turnover a game. So Julius needs to, get that ball back out, get back into your spot and start shooting that short jump shot or that drive to the baseline. Drive from the baseline to the foul line and shoot that jump shot. And stop trying to, make super duper passes. You make easy passes. You don't make difficult passes. Anyway, with that being said, I think the guys are going to really come out tonight. I'm hoping that Cam Reddish is the guy. If they took Fournier out of the starting lineup for just yesterday's game, just to implement Quentin Grimes, that was a foolish move. And I think if they move Fournier to the bench, I think they want to fill that second position with somebody. And if it's not going to be Grimes tonight, who is it going to be? Is Cam Reddish? Is RJ going to move down to the 2 and Cam Reddish go to the 3? I would love to see that big lineup against these big long guys out here tonight, man. I think that'd be a very good matchup.
Yeah, real talk. They got a pretty much team that got athletes, real athletes on there. I mean, Jaylen Brown and Tatum are athletic. I mean, and that's why I like Cam Reddish's game against these guys tonight, because his 6'8" frame can neutralize some of their stuff. You know what I mean? And and I really believe that it'll be important that the Knicks get out there, and I would love to see that. But the good thing about it, like I said, it changes a lot of dynamics for the Knicks from a lineup perspective, because, like I said, Hartenstein to start. Obi Randall could slide over to the 4-5. Obi can go in at the 4. You know, you got Cam can play the 3, the 2, whatever. And now I think you might get a dose of Quickly and Derrick Rose if Grimes don't play tonight. If Grimes don't play, then you still got Derrick Rose, Quickly, Cam. I mean, you might see a Deuce sighting, I don't know, or a Mahalik sighting, who knows. But if the injuries is there, then obviously you're going to be able to see guys get a little bit more minutes. And I think, just piggybacking off of what you said about last night, obviously that 3-point shooting is still a problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That 3-point shooting is abysmal, 27%, 27, I don't know, under league average. I'm happy about our free throw percentage, though. That was our Achilles heel for a while. They kind of rectified that. Julius Randle hit about 4 in a row down the stretch. They hit some pretty entertaining. Brunson hit some good free throws last night when it was important, so that was good to see. King Ripley said Grimes isn't playing tonight. So what that tell me is either he gonna run Fournier, he gonna run Quickly, or he gotta put Cam in there and run that. And here's what I say: even though Quickly might not be the tallest guy, he got long arms, he's linky, but I think what helps him is his quickness. Against Malcolm Brogdon. If you say it's gonna be Marcus Smart and Malcolm Brogdon per se, their backcourt, obviously Malcolm Brogdon. I don't know if I think it's him. Malcolm Brogdon, Smart, and then you got Tatum, Jason, and Brown. I meant to say, and Horford. Horford's not playing tonight, so I don't have a problem with Quickly tonight against Brogdon. I think Quickly is quick enough to stay in front of Brogdon, and I also think that if you get Obi, excuse me, I apologize for that. If you get Quickly out on the break, he outrun Brogdon and them. See, Mark Smart and them are all ain't them fast transition type guys. So the good thing about Quickly in the starting lineup, I think Quickly and Brunson is more faster than them guys. So as far as the pace side powers, I think they can get out in front of them guys on a pace perspective. Quickly, RJ, and Brunson and Randall should be able to outrun just them guys. You know what I mean? Especially their backcourt. You know what I mean? Because I don't think Marcus Smart and Brogdon is fast guy. They good player, but they're not fast. That could be an advantage. If not, they go with Fournier again because but I like Fournier coming off the bench with them guys. Man, I think him and Derrick Rose and tonight can make a big difference against that bench with Derrick White and them guys, man. So we have to see how it goes, but it should definitely be a fun game tonight. And I think I'm really ready to see the Cats get it popping.
Yeah, I mean, to be determined, who's going to be playing tonight. I'm thinking that Fournier is going to start tonight. Unless IQ I want Cam Reddish. That's who I would implement. But there's also, I wouldn't be opposed to seeing IQ start as well. It makes us a little smaller in the backcourt, but they're gritty and they can play some defense. But I think we might see Evan Fournier tonight. He got benched last night. I think he comes off the bench if Grimes is not going to play tonight. I think he might start tonight. What I want, what it could be, and what it's probably going to be is a three-headed monster right there. But whosoever it is, I just hope that they play well. This may be the game that Fournier comes in. Like I'm joking about it, but he plays well against Boston, and maybe he comes in here and gets his shot right tonight. Maybe he gets the ball where he needs to, and he opens up and he shoots the 3. Maybe he gets the ball and he drives to the hole, and he put his body on somebody so he could get an and one call instead of just laying the ball up when he drives to the hole. So these are some of the things that we may see him do against Boston. He likes playing against Boston, and I hope I hope that stays. I hope he brings that into fruition. Keep it going.
Yeah, real talk. Yo, salute to the chat, man. That's what's up. P Nice, Eddie, my man Eddie, it's good. D Nice, Keith, Wayne, Crow, salute everybody, man. Real talk. Thanks for coming in. Allah Wild, everybody who else up in the chat, man. And appreciate y'all where you streaming and checking us out from, man. Next real talk. Let's get it. Divine, Shy Powers, Knicks at the World most famous arena tonight against the Boston Celtics, 7:30 MSG. Yeah, man. So it should be a fun game tonight. Hopefully we can win 2 in a row. Lost 3 in a row. Hopefully we can wind up getting on a little roll here, man. Maybe win this game because the schedule is pretty daunting coming up, and so we want to hope that we can win this game tonight, and then and after that, man, we know we got to go out there to deal with everybody else out there, man. So I'm really looking forward to the game tonight. I'm hoping we can prevail with a victory tonight, man, and get ready to move on to the next. But it's going to be a pretty interesting game, and after that, we got to go out to Minnesota. Anthony Edwards and Carl Anthony Towns and Gobert and all the guys. So we got to go out there to play them cats, man, on Monday. So, it's coming fast, man. You really talking about the Knicks about to play 3 games in 4 nights. Last night, tonight, all Sunday, played Monday. 3 games in 4 nights. Tibbs need to make sure he used that rotation like he did because, you got like literally 3 games in 4 nights. Now it'd have been like maybe 4 games in 6 nights or something like that. So, the games is coming. They just keep coming. You know what I mean? And this is a good time for him to take advantage, and not only him, but these players like Cam Reddish. You got to take advantage of this thing right here, man. You got an opportunity to play because even just Mitchell Robinson alone giving him a chance to play because Cam Reddish plays in the front court with the forwards. You know what I mean? So by losing Mitchell Robinson, and if you go Harkenstein, then you start doing a 4-5 or opening, like I said, Cam Reddish get more minutes. So this is a big opportunity for Cam Reddish to really go out there and kind of continue what you did last night. I think he played an all-around game last night. I thought it was phenomenal. His defense was impeccable. When Maxey was running him up, Maxey had, 20-something in the first half? But when Cam Reddish got on, he shut it down. You know what I mean? So that was huge right there. To me, and I know when he came to the sideline, Tibbs gave him a little pat on the back around his waistline, like, thank you, because he know that dude was balling last night. He made a difference on both ends of the court. So, the way he get his buckets, I think he probably one of the most skilled Knicks out there when it comes to what he can do with the ball. It's just that we got to see him consistently and more on the repetition. But you got to give Cam Reddish credit if he can really pop off this thing and he have a good season moving forward. You might say he wound up getting Fournier's contract next year. He might get Derrick Rose contract next year. Who knows? But he really need to take advantage of this thing, man. And, I think it started last night pretty well. Let's hope that it could be some consistent shot power. But Cam Reddish definitely was in the building last night. He was my player of the game last night. I want to say Obi Toppin with the way he was knocking them threes down, but I think the difference maker was Cam Reddish last night.
Yeah, great defense, man. Go drive to the hole, lay it up with the left hand, lay it up with the right hand. What can you say, man? Plays great defense. You know what I mean? Hard to. He goes through the screen instead. He goes over the screen. Over the screen instead of going under. Sometimes where you get beat. When you go under the screen, but he plays good defense, man. And I've been volleying for him to be the starting 3 right now and moving RJ since the beginning of the year, since the preseason. And we possibly could see something out there tonight, something like we seen almost like last night. Seeing Cam Reddish out there with Obi Toppin and Julius Randle with RJ. And with Brunson, that's a pretty big, 6'5" to like 6'9" young little crew. If they can, all help out on grabbing rebounds tonight, if they could get in there and grab some rebounds, man, with that crew. Because looking at Boston, they're not I think both their centers. If Horton is not playing tonight, I think isn't they the dude with the dreadlocks? Williams is out, right? He's out, right?
They had one injury report. They had Williams out, and another they only had Horford out. But if Williams in it,
that's what I was saying too. I looked at like 3-2, and I was like, whatever. I just see what that to be determined or whatever. I thought he's out too. I thought him, and when I seen Horford was out, that means they go to their third string. I can't remember his name, but I could see his face. So we may have a chance to run this smaller, big lineup that we got that's a little faster and a little bit more aggressive to drive it down to the hole. And if they could get some shots off, and the biggest thing right now is us trying to these open shots that we're missing, man. We're missing these threes. Our three we are suffering at 27% yesterday, 20-something% yesterday. You know, we gotta get more towards that 34, 30. I mean, and at least in these next couple of games, we got to bring that 27% back up into like 33, 34%, man. You know what I mean? Before we finalize and then clean it up, and maybe if everybody start clicking, we could get to 37% by mid-season, or, you know, going towards the end of the season or something like that. But 27%, we can't go out there. I mean, if we go out there, we got to make sure that we winning in the hole, and so far so good. We beat people in the paint the last couple of games. Even the games we lost, we didn't beat some teams in the paint. So if we can continue to score in the paint, maybe we could fix our 3-point shooting.
Yeah. I think here's one thing you're gonna get tonight if Hartenstein played, because Mitch is out, which is the way it looks. You might get a little bit more offense performance. Defense, different story. Hartenstein can pretty much kind of, when he needs to get away from the basket, stretch the floor a little bit. Kind of might help Randall and RJ and Brunson have open lanes going down the court. Because obviously, if Hartenstein could pull Luke Cornett out of the painted area tonight, then I think that might benefit our team, because they can go downhill. You know what I mean? Whereas, you know, Mitch in there, you know, he still got that center and down there with Mitch, and kind of makes it like, how would I say, a roadblock per se from our guys getting down in the middle. Because once they get down there, Mitch's man is down there. You know, but I think Hartenstein will pull these cats out to the 3 or anywhere outside that painted area, and let Brunson and RJ and Randall go downhill. And then I think it'll make a difference not worry about the 3-point ball until we get a popper from there. So I think that's a good dynamic tonight, just due to the fact what Hartenstein can do that might benefit us a little bit, because Mitch don't do that too much. He don't do it at all, unless Knicks put him in a high pick and roll all the time, which is crazy as well. He never get no posters up, because he always throwing a pick for somebody. So that's one thing that bothers me about. We always wonder why Mitchell Robinson don't really have an offense game like that, because 9 out of 10, the cat's up at the top of the key throwing picks and looking for a lob, you know, and I think that's a disadvantage to him. So, but Hartenstein is a different story. I think tonight he can do the things that Mitch just don't have. Not that he can't do it, he don't get to do it because of the way they run the offense when Mitch is in there. It's always a high pick and roll. You throw a screen and you roll. That's all, you know. So I think, you know, that's one thing I thought they would do a little bit different this year to give Mitch some opportunity, but that's not the case. So tonight, I think Hartenstein helps us in that sense. Luke Cornett can block shots. So I think that's another reason why it's important for Hartenstein to pull that man out there tonight. Let Hartenstein just roam out there, and let's see if these boys can go down here and play bully ball and run down there and do what they do. So I think that's going to be one of the things I'm looking for. The key to the game tonight is that. You know, just to see how they're going to make this thing happen with Hartenstein. Hartenstein does have a little bit of offense, so it's a plus and a minus, but it could work. It could work definitely offensively way better, because I do think he can help open up the lane by stretching his man out there, shot power. So I'm hoping that he do that, and then maybe that gives us a better chance to operate in the offense. The law we need it, like you said, with the way we shoot 45 from the field, but that 3-point line is abysmal. So hopefully we got some home cooking. We got brighter lights in the garden tonight. Maybe they can knock down a couple more better than they did last night, but we'll see how it goes.
It's going to be a different look with Hartenstein in the lineup. It's going to be a different look, and you know, we're going to see how he plays tonight. I mean, he's been grabbing some rebounds, and he knows how to box out on defense to try to grab a defensive rebound. So he's always up for falling on the floor and going for the loose balls and stuff like that. And when he gets steady, that little short jump hook thing that he does from the foul line, you know, he's pretty accurate with that shot as well. So and Hartenstein got a good eye. He likes to come off of that pick when you give it to him and try to give and go to you too. So you always have to look for that from Hartenstein. So he's a gritty player tonight, man. And with the minutes that he's going to get tonight, man, it may change the way the Knicks look, man. You know, he may bring some of these guys. If he can hit some threes tonight, he's going to make a big impact on what the Knicks do against Boston tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, real talk, man. Salute to the chat, man. That's where it's at. Salute to everybody. Yeah, man, it's going to be a definitely interesting dynamic tonight. So, but see, this is what injury does. It lets you also get a chance to see what other cats could do from a different perspective. We normally see Hartenstein start coming off the bench. Now you get to see him come in the game and start. And how does the Knicks offense and how does they defense change by just because that situation occurred by Mitchell Robinson going down? It's normally next man up mentality, and let's hope that this next man up mentality benefits the Knicks in more way than one. I think it will benefit them offensively. Let's see how the defense play. But if they keep Fournier off the bench, and then now you got two players in the starting lineup that wasn't in the original start lineup. Say if you bring Grimes in, or you bring Quickly, or you bring Cam Reddish and Hartenstein in, now we got a whole different lineup in the starting lineup because them two guys are now in the starting lineup. The other guys is not even here. So one of them is here, but he's on the bench playing backup. I would love to see it. I would love to see how it goes. I love to see Hartenstein, Randall, RJ. Obviously, we would want it to be Cam Reddish if Grimes is not going. And Jalen Brunson, I like the size. I like Cam Reddish's size there. I think he makes the Knicks a little bit more taller than having Fournier there or Grimes there. So his length, he's 6'8", but with that wingspan, he kind of plays almost like he's 6'11" per se. Because his wingspan is pretty good, and the athleticism he can play with. So that's the really interesting thing for me, is to see how does this starting lineup going to function with different guys at this point of the season, because we had an injury and Tibbs decided to shake something up last night. Like I said, I don't know if it was out of desperation. I don't know what it was, the reason why he did it, but he did do it. So now do we go back to status quo tonight and start Evan Fournier? I hope not. I hope that Evan Fournier remain coming off the bench. But like I said, let him come off the bench and kill. But I don't care if you start killing them off the bench or you start killing them, just kill them. I don't care if you hit 40 off the bench or 50 off the starting, but long as you do it. So, that's where I'm at with it, man. But it should be fun, man. It should be an entertaining game. Gonna be a tough game, man. Boston, like I said, Eastern Conference champions last year. We kept looking to go back, but with the Ime Udoka situation, they played last night against Chicago, a tough game. They won by maybe 123-19, 119, something like that. But DeMar DeRozan ate their lunch for 40-some points last night. So let's see how they're going to respond tonight off a back-to-back. And let's see how we're going to respond off a back-to-back, which I'm glad Tibbs played a bunch of guys last night, because it kind of helped us. Maybe that might be the reason why he did that, knowing that he had to play tonight. So it could have been like, well, I'm going to play these guys because I know I got a game tomorrow. You know what I mean? And that, which is meaning today. So let's hope that it translated to some wins tonight, man. It'd be nice to get 2 in a row. It really would be. It really be good to make us feel a little good about it. Hopefully, RJ and Randall and they got their handful, and Brunson got their handful of Marcus Smart tonight. You already know. So that's going to be a matchup I'm dying to see, is Marcus Smart and Brunson, unless they're going to bring Brogdon at the one. I think Brogdon probably played the 2, but Brunson got his handful tonight. Both of them cats could defend. I mean, they both can defend. These cats are above average defenders. Marcus Smart, one of the best in the league, defense player of the year last year, and Brogdon could D up with the best of them. So we got to that's one caveat we got to look at tonight, that the Knicks are going up against a solid defensive wing team. Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, and Malcolm Brogdon, them boys can play some D, literally. So it's going to be a big challenge for our offense tonight against that Boston team. So we got to be competitive. We got to be ready, and we got to do what you do, push the pace. The cats can knock it down inside, outside. They're pretty good players, man. So it's gonna be it's gonna be a tough game for the Knicks. And if they hit that charity stripe shot tonight, they finally knock down some threes, we might be in this thing to win it. But it's gonna be a tough game, man, because them boys can play.
Yeah, that's the main focus right there tonight, man. Trying to do an up tempo to your 3-point shots. We may not need to shoot 53 point shots, but what we do need to do is bring up our percentage, man. If we take 25, we got to hit 18. We got to be a little bit better in the next couple of games. We got to get away from this low shooting 3-point percentage, man. We got to get more towards over 35%. You know what I mean? That makes it a little easier for us, because now teams have to play us a little different. And a lot of these shots that we're missing they're just missing the shot. It's not like they're bad shots. You know what I mean? They're pretty much semi-wide open, and they're just not dropping yet. You know what I mean? So hopefully Julius Randle could make the ball go in the basket a little bit better. His shot is good. It looks, every time he shoots it, you know what I mean? When leaving his hand, you'd be like, okay. And then when it gets around that rim, you'd be like, oh man, you know what I mean? But his shot looks good. He's not making it. I mean, RJ I think RJ is tending more to want to drive to the hole a little bit more too, and get those baskets. He's not shooting as many threes. His percentage, I think, is still kind of his field goal percentage is pretty okay, man. People talk about RJ. I think RJ shot 6 for
He shot
yesterday. About almost 50% right there, man. You know what I mean? He scored 22 points yesterday. I mean, he's playing. He's one of the players that I think still tries to win every time he may put those blinders on and he may not see nobody in his right or left wing and nothing like that. He may drive against 3 players and get swatted, but he's playing to win. You know what I mean? And sometimes the position that he takes is not the smartest, but he plays to win, and I like his effort. You know what I mean? If he could pick up his 3-point shooting too, that changes his game. That pushes him from 22 points to maybe 26-7 points.
Yeah. RJ get a lot of smoke from the people, man. But I think the whole team, is just not shooting good from 3. I mean, it's not, this is what I love about RJ though. Even though he might not shoot a 3 ball, he still got other ways to get a bucket. Whereas right now, sometimes Julius Randle, if his shot is not falling, he not getting down the lane. One thing you could say what makes Julius Randle and RJ different, RJ goes down the lane, Julius Randle shoots better than he do. But they both RJ got a way where he could score. We knew RJ coming out of college was a good shooter. We all knew that. RJ was coming out of one of his Achilles heels as being a basketball player, but he does a lot of other things that show up on the stat sheet. The cat dropped efficient 22 last night. And I think to me, Shot Powers, I think they're also just trying to get accustomed to Jalen Brunson as well. Because you remember, Jalen Brunson got the ball in his hand a lot now. Last year it wasn't like that because Kemba Walker wasn't playing a lot. Alex Burks, they wasn't giving him the ball, let him run the offense. Now you got a guy like Jalen Brunson who's running the offense, so it's going to take the ball out their hand a little bit. So they just got to that's where they got to get better at the catch and shoot. RJ and Randall got to get good at the catch and shoot because 9 out of 10, Brunson got that ball in his hand, and once he make his final decision whether he's going to pass it or score the ball, the other cats got to be ready to shoot it. You know what I mean? And I think they're just still trying to get accustomed to that, and I think they will. I don't think the Knicks shoot 27% from downtown this year. I can tell you. I know they will shoot above league average. I can tell you that. It's just it's early. You know what I mean? It's early in the season. And everybody's still trying to get acclimated and all this stuff. And we always say this is only the 8th game of the season, plus 4 preseason games. Years ago, it was like 8 preseason games, and we were just so it still takes a little time to not make no excuses for them. But as not only the Knicks, all the teams. Like I think KD is going to catch on, LeBron going to catch on. But look at the Golden State Warriors; they lost 6 games straight on the road. The Warriors. So that's why Knicks fans don't get too worried. Things happen. It happens in the course of a season. It ain't how you start; it's how you finish. I'd rather for the Knicks to go through what they're going through now, and then
figure it out.
Figure it out, right, and figure it out in the second half like they did last year. Catch a groove. Let's just hope that by the time they figure it out, they're not too far away.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and if they could do that, then I'm fine with the way they're playing, man. It's peaks and valleys, it's ups and downs. It's an 82-game season. Not every night you're going to be on your best. Nobody are. So let's hope that they go through what they're going through right now, Shot Powers. And then by time 20 games into the season, we'll know what this team is truly made of. But right now, I think just give it a couple more times. You see RJ hit the 3 ball a little bit better the last couple of games.
Right.
So these guys got to get a groove. Got to get a groove. Basketball, the game of rhythm, like I always say. You got to get in the rhythm, get in the groove, get familiar. And I think they'd be all right. But tonight's going to be the biggest challenge that they had other than Milwaukee. These cats right here, man, they on a quest. The guys we've been playing lately, minus Philadelphia because they didn't have Harden and Embiid last night. So, but that team's still on a quest. These teams we playing right now all looking to get to the championship. Philly know they need to win one with Embiid right now. Milwaukee want to win another one after what happened last year. Boston want to win one where after happened last year, not beating the Golden State Warriors last year. So we are playing teams that literally are trying to fight for a championship, not just to get in the playoffs. These cats are balling. I mean, these are some creme de la creme teams we fighting up against. So I just want to see us go out there and be competitive and try to win some games and then take it from there. You know what I mean? And then once the second half of the season come around, you might see a different Knicks team because they then got together and they kind of played all these guys one time. So they kind of know next time you play them, you kind of know their tendencies a little bit, and we'll see. But it should be fun tonight. I'll tell you that. The Garden should be popping. We know the last time that guard was popping when RJ knocked that bank shot off the glass. And have MSG in a frenzy. So let's hope we have some fun like that tonight, man. But it should be a good test for the Knicks. You know, it's gonna be a good test for them. They're playing some really good guys out there, and I want to see what they're gonna do tonight.
Oh yeah, man. I just think they're gonna get out of. We play this team. Pretty right to the wire. We play this team pretty well, and for some odd reason, we played this team. You know, there's some teams that when you get ready to see them, you be like, oh man, I hope we can do this tonight. But this team is not one of those teams. The Knicks usually play, and they've been playing against each other for the last couple of years now. This is somewhat of the same players and stuff. So I think the Knicks are going to get out here and really show up tonight, man. And I think we need a big game from RJ tonight. I think RJ needs to have a 20, not super big, 20, scored 22 yesterday. He needs to be about 25, 26 points tonight, you know what I mean? And still grab some rebounds like he's been doing, you know what I mean? I don't mind if he keeps the ball in his hand. He really only looks for Mitchell Robinson for the alley-oop pass per se, you know what I mean? So let's see him get 26-7 points tonight and eight rebounds, and I think that'll help us win the game tonight.
Yeah, when you play a team like Boston, Shop House, you're dead on point with that. RJ, you're gonna have to take it to these guys.
Facts.
You don't take it to Boston tonight, you're getting blowed out. I can tell you that right now. So we got to take it to them. Iron sharp as iron, brother. You know what I mean? And they throw a punch, you throw a punch. Let's see who punch land the most. You know what I mean? Or land the hardest. I do think they'll be ready tonight. And like I said, sometimes nothing beats a bad feeling like a win. A win can galvanize you. You know what I mean? It can galvanize you in a lot of ways. And but we know the Knicks are going up against a team that probably projected to beat them. But that don't mean that they won't be up for the challenge tonight. Like I said, sometimes when you win a game, man, it takes a lot of the negative out of your system. Makes you don't make you think about the things you ain't doing right. Where you finally got that monkey off your back and you can move forward. Say, man, like Obi Toppin last night. What a performance by that dude, man. And make it so bad. What I love about what he's doing, his confidence. Last year, if Obi Toppin would have missed them first 2 3-point shots, confidence was shot. Last night, he missed them 2 3-point shots and didn't shake him. He came back and knocked the rest of them down. That's huge for him. You know what I mean? So I want to see him continue doing what he's doing. Him tonight, I think, should be interesting. The Knicks got to run these guys tonight, man. I mean, they got athletes, but they're not fast athletes. I wanted to see the Knicks make Jason Tatum run up and down the floor, Jaylen Brown, make Marcus Smart and them chase us up and down that court tonight. And I think that's going to be a part of the pace movement with them guys. And I think that's another reason why I always thought that the Evan Fournier team might have been kind of not too good in the starting lineup because it kind of defeated their pace. See, at least in the second unit, Evan Fournier got guys so he don't have to worry about, like, Derrick Rose can run the pace, Cam Reddish can run the pace, Quickly can run the pace. So he ain't going to be a detriment to that second unit more than the first. I can say that from a pace standpoint. So I think they can use this 3-point shooting down there, and I'm hoping that the Knicks go big tonight. What I mean by big is letting Cam Reddish get in there. Because they're going to have to defend Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Randall, every now and then, Randall ain't always on his best defense game. And so you putting all the pressure on RJ. Think about this here in that Knicks starting lineup, Shop Howard, now that Mitchell Robinson is out. If you go with the same starting lineup, minus with Hartenstein, you know who the best defender on the floor is? RJ Barrett. So now you putting all the pressure on RJ because he would be the best defender in that starting lineup tonight against a Boston team with killers like that. So that's the only reason I would love to see Cam Reddish in there tonight or if Les Quentin Grimes could play. But if not, you have some one, and Randall, like I said, when he wanted to play defense, he'll play. So, because he's just an athlete. But, no, with Jalen Brunson there, nothing against him, but them cats are not good defenders, not supreme defenders. So I think, you putting a lot of pressure on RD. That's why RD got to guard some of the better guys, and he might get toast by him, but at least RD willing to go up there and compete against them. RD ain't backing down for nobody. That's one thing I respect him, that Tibbs tell him you got to guard this guy. I don't care if the guy cooking, but RD at least put in the effort to try to defend him when nobody else might not be able to do it. So you got to give him his flowers for that, man. But it's going to be a challenge tonight because Julius Randle, he got Jason Tatum and Brown. If that's their 2 and 3 tonight, I think the Knicks 2 and 3 should be Cam Reddish and RJ Barrett for me.
I'm just gonna say this and just say this. You know what I mean? That for me, I've been screaming about Cam Reddish, and he hasn't been on, but certain games you just see a little something in him. You know what I mean? Some 1 or 2 games, yeah, he just been like, but a certain couple of these games, like last night's game, it was a couple of games that he's played, but with him and RJ playing together, when they switch off on the pick and roll from when it's RJ and Fournier, it's a difference. You know what I mean? When the man comes up front, RJ's man comes up front, and they set the pick, and RJ man picks off and rolls to Fournier's man. Fournier is a victim. You know what I mean? And if we got Cam Reddish up there, you know, those 2 guys are big guys that could defend, and that'll make it a little. I believe. I'm not. You know, I'm just hypothetically. I think Cam Reddish would be better with RJ, and it'll help RJ make easier decisions. You know what I mean? Especially playing defense, because now, you know, it's not too many people are not going to switch off to have Reddish being the man that they have to that's defending them. You know, so. I mean, I just think you know, Evan Fournier, let's see what happens, man. And I still say it, and I'll say it again, jokingly, but true. Fournier may start tonight, and you know, he may score 50 points tonight.
Yeah, that's very possible. He need to.
He needs to.
He need to. You know, like I said, you know, his Achilles heel is playing a FIBA all the time, man. Coming into the season, soon next season over, you go straight to FIBA training, playing ball in the summer. Soon the summer over, you going right into training camp, and he 30 years, them legs be like noodles. Them legs wobbly, bro. I mean, so, but I'm hoping that you know, no matter what, I think Cam Reddish get a good bulk of minutes tonight. I think Obi Toppin get a good bulk of minutes tonight, and I want to see them young men take advantage of that, because you dead on about the analogy with the defense. When you know the next guy that's playing next to you is not a good defender, it just makes your task harder.
So much harder.
It makes it harder when you got a guy in a foxhole with you and they ain't on their game. It makes it harder for you, because now you're like, man, I can't even cheat a little bit, because if I get cheat, I know this guy, the other guy, don't really got the skill to pick up for me. Like if I can't cheat on a steal, or because I know if I cheat on that steal and my man get by me, you don't know if the other guys around him going to be able to pick him up. But you know how I see sometimes Randall and them might just don't even get into the play. So I think that's going to be interesting, and I think that's why the Knicks defense, to me, is why you need a Grimes and you need a Cam Reddish and guys like that in the lineup, just to give you cats some help. And you know, like like I said, Mitchell Robinson gone too. So you know, I hope Hartenstein go out there tonight and shock the world tonight, man. Hartenstein had about 3-4 blocks tonight. He playing Luke Cornett. You know, Luke Cornett is a good stretch shooter. You know, once a Knick, always a Knick, salute to Luke Cornett.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, but it's going to be fun tonight. It's going to be a good game. I'm really looking forward to it. The battle. Well, let's hope we can beat Favell tonight, man. I really do. I mean, the key to the game is like you guys got to hit your free throws. You know, keep the turnovers down. You're not beating Boston with 21 turnovers, like you said. So obviously, we got to keep them turnovers to a minimal, and definitely continue doing what we did last night at the charity strike. And if we can do that and knock down a couple threes here and there, because we're going to be defending pretty well tonight. It's going to be a tough challenge for me on this night, no question about it. They're playing the creme de la creme in the East tonight, man, and Boston well built. They're well built around here, and so it's going to be a challenge. But not saying we can't beat them, though. You know, I'm not worried about that. I think we can. I think we can go and compete against the Cats and try to pull out a victory. But we just got to make sure everybody's clicking on all cylinders. I'm happy about that. That guy's going to get more minutes. They get a chance to get in a better rhythm. You might see a Sim sighting tonight, like Nick 100 said. You might see Sim coming after Hartenstein tonight. You never know. If Tibbs stick to his same philosophy, you will see Jerkelson at the backup 5 tonight. If Sim stick to his same pattern of you know, switching guys in and out, his rotation patterns. If he stayed the same, you see Sim tonight. If he don't stay the same, he might want to say Randall go to the 5, put OB in at the 4. So we'll see how it goes. But good opportunity for any regardless of win or loss tonight. It's a good opportunity for some guys to show and prove themselves. And if Cam Reddish pops the night and the Knicks win, that means he played well in 2 games. The Knicks won 2 games. So you know you got to see how it's going to go. It should be interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be to watch Hartenstein out there tonight and see how he performs is going to be interesting. He if he keeps his hands down and can stay on the floor without picking up those ticky-tack fouls, I think we're going to have they don't have a real big man tonight. So I hope the plan is less 3-pointers and more moves to the hole. And I think guys, I think I think that should be the plan. And if you get stuck down there or you see the double team come, all right, shoot, kick it out, and let's see if one of these guys get a 3-pointer. I think we may see Sims tonight. I think Sims come off the bench for Hardenstein, to keep that big man in the middle. And and to see Sims run with the second unit, see what he can accomplish. I know he only time he really gets to play with them is probably in practice and stuff like that. But to see it on court, on the court tonight, maybe he can pick up a good solid dunk or a good turnaround with the left hand off the backboard or something like that. Maybe he could get some things going tonight. So it can help us because we're going to need all the help we can get while we have Mitch down, and how we're going to figure out where we're going to put Fournier at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, real talk. It's interesting to me, and I think
stop playing cash out. Stop playing cash out. Don't play with my emotions.
Yeah, they just announced Reddish is starting. I think that's what you need to do. Where's the spawn against Jaylen Brown and Tatum? That would be lovely. I think that starting five right there will be nice tonight, man. But you got a linkier wing out there, and that's what Boston got. They got some good wings. They two dominant players, are they wing players. So RJ and Cam Reddish against Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum would be bananas tonight. I would love to see that from not only from a standpoint of to see where these guys is at, but this is a good challenge for Cam Reddish and RJ Barrett.
Thanks.
A good challenge for these guys. So that's what I want to see. I want to see that right there. Cam Reddish and RJ Barrett. Oh my goodness, Cam and iHeart. That yeah, man, that would be legit right there, man. So let's hope that be true reality, man. It comes to fruition, and that's what it is. Because I think that would be nice. 6'8" with a 6'10", 11 wingspan. He gonna go out there and compete. He gonna make them also compete on the other end of the ball. You know what I mean? So, yeah, he gonna make them waste their energy as well, shot power, because RJ gonna stay going downhill. He gonna still compete. And Cam Reddish, oh my goodness, bro, it's gonna be lit up in New York City tonight, brother. We're for real.
Yeah.
If that's the real deal, salute to Tom Thibodeau for sticking to his guns, keeping Fournier on the bench. If this the case tonight, that shows me a lot right there. That he didn't do this just to be doing it because it was Grimes. He did it because he thought it was for the benefit of the team that he left put Fournier on the bench. So I'm really happy to see that tonight, Shop Hours.
I'm a little bit more amped up now to see that. And another thing which is good with that is our heart tends to look for Cam Reddish a little bit too. I mean, they made a couple of passes together, not many, but a couple that I've noticed. So maybe they can get some cohesion together with, how that pick and roll that iHeart likes to throw. That pick and roll with the give and go. Let's see if they can get that and bring that to. Cause I just see. One of the things, like I said, man, I like Cam Reddish because he seems to play ambidextrous. He can lay the ball up with the left hand. He can lay the ball with the right hand. He could Euro step you. He could throw it on you. And if he starts doing these things, and I believe he can have a better 3-point. I think his 3-point shot is not broke. He shoots about 80% from the free throw line. And so that means he has a good follow through. So all he got to do is work on shooting his 3-pointers, man. Let's see what happens, man. I'm happy to see this, and I hope this keeps going on for a couple of games to see how those two guys play. I've been screaming for them to play together. RJ and Reddish, back on the court together. These guys know each other. You see them hugging each other. You see them talking to each other on the court. And come on, 0, come on, 0, and Cam Reddish go throw the hug around him for RJ gave him the pass, so they already they cool with each other. Let's see if they can bring some hype to the starting unit.
Yeah, real talk, man. Just to piggyback off that, I'll listen to RJ in a clip on Twitter, and the reporter asked about Cam Reddish. He's like, man, I ain't worried about Cam. Cam, He know Cam gonna do his thing. He ain't worried about because he played with him. See, that's one thing about he played with this cat in college. He know what he got. You know what I mean? That's why RJ made that statement. I ain't worried about Cat. He know Cam gonna eventually get it together because he done played with him already. He know his skill set. And like you said, man, the Cat got a lot of good game to him, man. He got a lot of good game to him, man. He got a lot of good game to him, man. He got a lot of good game to him, man. He got a lot of good game to him, man. He got a lot of good game to him, man. He got a lot of good game to him, man. He got a lot of good game to him, man. He got a lot of good game to him, man. He got a lot of good game to him, man. He got a lot of good game to him, man. He got a lot of good game to him, man. He got a lot of good game to him, man. He got a lot of good game to him, man. He got a lot of good game to him, man. He got a lot of good game to him, man. He got a lot of good game to him, man. He got a lot of good game to him, man. He got a lot of good game to him, man. He got a lot of good game to him, man. He got a lot of good game to him, man. He got a lot of good game to him, man. He got a lot of good game to him, man. He got a lot of good game to him, man. He got a lot of good game to him
I think we all believe in his talent. I just think that we know it ain't because we don't believe in it. I just think that it's Tibbs. A lot of my stuff that I say about this team is based off what I think Tibbs is gonna do. You know what I mean? I just know Tibbs. You know what I mean? And he's that guy who always like to play veterans, and that's why we always bring up the veteran thing because we know that's what he's gonna do. But man, listen. You know me, I'm the one that told you Evan Fournier shouldn't even been on the team. Am I right or wrong? I like Evan Fournier shouldn't be on the team.
I'm right with you.
Yeah. I think we all agree that like these are Knicks real talk. We was like, listen, they need to trade Evan Fournier, you know what I mean, and let Grimes, let Cam Reddish get the shine. It's a younger league, athletic league more, and I think that made a difference. So yeah, I mean, we big believers in what these cats got going on with the Cam Reddish, and it'll show. And at the same time, if it don't work, then you gotta say it didn't work. But at the same time, they get an opportunity, man. That's all that matters tonight, Shot Power. They get an opportunity tonight. Go out there and make the best of it. I like that lineup. Cam, RJ, Randall, Hartenstein, and Brunson. I love it. I want to see that tonight. I think it should be interesting to see Hartenstein moving them cats away from the basket and allowing them boys to run downhill and eat. That's going to be a big dynamic if that take place tonight. And trust me, what I believe. That's when he get up into that high pick and roll. But see, one thing about him, when he go to the top of the key, he do one thing Mitch can't do too good up there. At least he don't show is pass the ball up there. You know what I mean? So if Hartenstein is sitting at that foul line or in the top of that key, he got that ball in his hand. If RJ or Brunson or Cam Reddish just dip through, just dead and dry, he gonna find them. You know what I mean? Whereas opposed to Mitchell Robinson, that he just got to wind up cannon back off to the guy who running the show. And I think it's gonna be different tonight. It's gonna be different, man. It's gonna be a really different thing with Hartenstein out there because, like I said, because his passing ability and his stretching the floor ability could be a really good win for the Knicks tonight if they could pull it off.
Yeah, for real. Salute to Eddie Alvarez, man. That was a good one. You saw Cam defense on his old camcorder. I got you.
Facts. Yeah, real talk. But yeah, man, it was good, man. So it's gonna be fun. We excited, man. It's good to see that.
Yeah, I'm amped right now. I'm real amped right now, Divine. You don't even know how long I've been waiting to hear this lineup right here. Let's get this lineup going tonight because I think this is going to be. Now we can run a little bit more. I think we're going to have a little bit more opportunity to run a little bit tonight. Let's see what Jalen Brunson can do.
Yeah, man. Yo, Knicks real talk. Let's get it. Divine Shot Powers in the building. Let's do it, man. Salute to the chat. Run them up with the thumbs up. Y'all know what it is, man. Dropping this crazy content up in here. Cam Reddish gonna be starting in the Knicks lineup tonight, man. You gotta get the lights up tonight, brother, because I'm loving it, man. Let's do it. Let's see, man. Like I said, Obi Toppin, like E said, he might be the first. Kim and Cookie gonna be the first two guys off the bench. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. And iHeart getting quick foul trouble, you bring Sims in. If Sims ain't got it, then you go random move your butt up to the 5 and let Obi come in at the 4. It's gonna be so interesting tonight to see how Tibbs orchestrate this lineup tonight. I want to see how you're gonna orchestrate this lineup, man. You better make sure you got this pop like a Philharmonic Orchestra or whatever. They don't need it tonight, brother. I think it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be fun. And like I said, it is on the back-to-back, so you can see why he did it. But let's do it. Let's do it, man. Let's see the Knicks pull out this victory tonight, man. We all amped now. We like a baby in a candy store, brother.
Man.
We high off sugar. We high off sugar tonight, so it should be fun. It should be fun the game, man. We got about a half hour. We can stay into about 7:15, man. Then we let everybody get ready to go do what they do to get their nourishment, get their refreshments and everything. Get in front of the TV, the screen, or whatever, man. And hopefully this Knicks can win out here and make us happy tonight. The hardest challenge so far, I think, this year because of how these cats play. But to have Cam in there going to be interesting to see. I hope this cat explode on Boston tonight, and then it's a done deal. Put like this here: if Cam Reddish pop tonight, it's a done deal. You better not make no more lineup changes when it comes to that position. It's so serious. He pop, it's a wrap, bro. So Cam, if you hear me, I know you don't hear me because you out there get ready to play a shoot around. Go do you tonight, bro. This is a big game for you in a contract year. Coming off a good game last night, replicate what you did last night. That's all you got to do. Replicate what you did last night, and we in the building. Real talk. Shot Powers.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this. I would love to see him with the game that he put out there when we played Josh's team over there. He had like 27 points. But tonight, if he could give me some quality defense, if he can stay out of foul trouble, if he could grab 5-6 rebounds, give me about 17 to 19 points, with about two turnovers. I'm happy with what he can produce tonight. Maybe 1 or 2 assists, something like that. But just play that great defense on whoever, because now that you're not going to be able to put RJ in the blender now. You know what I mean? You're not going to be able to mix up whoever comes off of those, the 2 and 3 spot is almost like null and void now. You don't want to. Do you really want to switch off of having RJ in front of you to play to have Cam Reddish in front of you off of the switch? I think that's a big pickup tonight, man. Brunson should be able to watch these guys and move the ball, because I'm pretty sure these guys are going to be ready to run tonight. So let's see what happens, man. A good game tonight, man. I think the Knicks are going to pull this game out tonight, and I think it's going to be. I keep looking for a big scoring game, but I think it's going to be somewhere around 114 to 114, 108. I think we'll beat them by about 7 points tonight.
Yeah, real talk. It's I would think everybody to look for tonight, depending on the foul situation. Look out for McBride and them tonight. Look out for Mahalik tonight. Look out for Mahalik tonight. Like I said, when a man go down, another man got to step up, and it changes the rotation because of talent-wise. So now that you lose a premier player like Mitchell Robinson on your team, on his team he premiered, so now it allows Tibbs to say, I got to do something different. You might see Bruce McBride signing for a few minutes tonight. You might see Jericho Sims. If Tibbs stick to the same thing, then he's gonna back up iHeart. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be real interesting to see, and especially with Grimes not playing. Now you get to see some more players, and that's what we mean by situational. That's why they call it situational. When the situation comes because of injuries and other stuff, you got to use your depth, and I think that's what he might do tonight, because the situation brought it into fruition because of Mitchell Robinson and Quentin Grimes. Next man up. Now you got to go deeper in your bench, and let's see these cats. And then Mahalik can knock him down. He can knock him down with the best of them. When he was in Toronto and out that way, he was knocking them balls down. So that's good. And we know McBride's defense is on another par, so he can get it popping tonight. So it should be definitely fun. I don't want to call it a barn burner. This ain't the country, but let's just say it's going to be a burn up in the Garden tonight. Tight game, because I'm feeling energy, man. I'm going Knicks 107 to 100. 107 100 New York Knicks tonight in the Garden. Upset. The will of the team and the will of the people in the Garden going to make it happen. So you know me, man. I'm going to stay true to the orange and blue tonight. 107 to 100 New York Knicks. The defense come to play, and Cam Reddish going to have an impact on the defense and helping us keep them from blowing it away. And so it's going to be fun tonight. Let's do it.
Yeah, man, I'm right there with you, man. I said I meant to say 107, 114, 7 points. I'm with that 7-point win tonight, and I think we hit our threes tonight. I think we shoot about 35% tonight, 35.5, close to 36% tonight. I think we're going to hit a couple of 3 points tonight. We're back at home. We got to defend home, but I think we're going to come out and have an exposure. I think Randall may hit a couple tonight. I think we may see a sighting of Evan Fournier hitting a couple tonight. And boy, oh boy, I just hope Cam comes out tonight and just perform. About 17 points. That's all you need, Cam. 17 points and about 8 rebounds. That's it.
Be nice, man. That would be nice. And no other thing about, listen, we know, Cam Reddish ain't going to stop no Jalen Brunson, not Jalen Brown. He ain't going to stop. What he can do is slow him down. Just slow him down. We know he ain't going to stop them dudes, but he can slow him down, make it harder on him. And that's what I'm so giddy about and so psyched about him playing in that starting lineup tonight, whereas he at least makes it more harder for them to score. Not just they can go out there and just get it because the person who's playing can't guard him. Cam Reddish got a little bit more skill on the defense where he can guard them dudes a little bit to the best of his ability, and it might benefit the Knicks because he will at least slow them cats down. And I'm psyched about that. I really am. Fournier come off the bench. Derrick Rose, and one thing about Derrick Rose, granted he's not playing like he used to, but his 3-ball, look at his 3-ball number. He got one of the better 3-ball numbers on the Knicks. That's what I think people got to understand about Derrick Rose as well. He translated his game from where he used to be to a 3-point shooter. Last year, he shot 44% for the Knicks. And the year when he got here, he killed it for the Knicks the year he got here. So I think what he did was he can't rely on his athleticism no more. But Derrick Rose knocking down that 3-ball shot pretty good. So hopefully he can get a couple of tonight
and knock it in, man, get it popping. But listen, man, we're gonna get out of here. For everybody, get ready, get settled in, and get amped. I know everybody ready to get locked in. We got Cam Reddish starting for the Knicks tonight. What a different change. And I'm happy to see that. You know, and we might can go 2-0. And because last night we changed the lineup, we won because I think it brought a different dynamic to the team. Tonight, I think this is really huge. I think the size matters against Boston, having him. Now you could put RJ on whether Marcus Smart or Markham Brogdon, you know, depending on which one play the two. Cam Reddish can play you know, Jaylen Brown, I'm going to say so. And if Jason Tatum go to the 4, either way, I think Cam Reddish and RJ Barrett. Yeah, RJ Barrett and Cam Reddish. Yeah, so I think it's going to be good, man. So we're going to get out of here, man. Yo, salute to the chat. That's where it's at. Thank y'all, brothers, for coming in, man. And make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. Tell a friend, tell a friend. We be in the building, man, and we get it popping. Thank y'all, man. Let's call on my brothers out there in the chat, man. Eddie, my man, D. Roz. Pudge, nice. Salute to you. Mets, Knicks fans, let's go. Salute to you, everybody. D Nice, my brother, 7-7, salute. Everybody, man, let's keep it going, man. Parrish, my man, salute to you. Y'all know what it is, man. Hector, salute to you, Hector. My man, Frank Mato, West Palm Beach, always in the building. Salute, Frank. Cash out, my brother. You already know what it is, man. Nick 100. Everybody, man, let's keep it going. We don't want to leave nobody up. We don't have to. My man, Ron, appreciate you, my brother. Thank you for checking in, my man. Thank you for having me on today. You know what it is. Salute to my man, John, as well. John, with it popping, man. Still, Nick fan is always in the building representing. Fabian is in the building as well. Peace to the God, Allah, wise. Salute now, my brother, Crow Noor. Salute to you as well. We in the building, man. Nick will talk, man. Keith Turner. I'm trying not to leave you out. Wayne Peterson. Yes, sir. Salute to you as well. Who else I got in the building, man, that we going to get out. Make sure I don't want to leave nobody. Yeah, man, but Charlie King, my man, Charlie, was good with you, brother. Salute to you. And everybody, let's go, man. Jermaine Royster, Keith, everybody, salute. Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it. Divine Shot Powers. Core Mega, salute to you, my brother. I'm glad you got to put that in because I always missed you. You know, we don't want to do that, man. But listen, man, the good game in the Garden tonight. I got 107-100. You know, listen, man, I know this team can beat us. We already understand that. But I always got to make sure I'm going to always put my Knicks up there, give them an opportunity to win. We know Boston's probably picked to win the game, but that don't mean the Knicks can't win the game. So I'm going 107-100. And yo, salute to the chat. Shot Power, my brother. I'll holler at you later on.
Y'all ready?
Yes, sir. Y'all show the game. We out, man. Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it. Divine Shot Power. We out, man. Peace.
Peace.
Time for Divine Shot, KJ Events. This Real Talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Nick shit, dripping in Nick shit. Up in the world, most famous arena. With the click, that's the conglomerate. Nick's Real Talk, the real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variants, dominant. Paying homage to the cat in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for hyperbole, we straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the facade. My entourage, be on the job, my energy. 50 tripping in 10 books. As they cook my game plan, that my brand for loot and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that the things we know is pretty, but we all stay giddy. And we embrace the fan base like the late Anthony Mace. We trace the logo when there's space that appear like Squarespace. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. The city decks on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew for him a few bars to shine like Star Divine on Mount Mars. Knicks Real Talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks Real Talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks Real Talk.
right here.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks Real Talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Knicks Real Talk.
We here.
Here we go,
in the
let's go.
building. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes,
Let's
sir.
get it.